Why you can't talk yourself into change. Understanding the subconscious mind and self with Becca Armstrong. Between the ages of pre-birth to 10 years old, you are creating yourself. You're creating the basic operating system, which will download and store into your subconscious mind. This actually begins in your third trimester, even before you're born. Now, how does this happen? Well, you're in a theta brainwave. The theta brainwave is a slower brainwave, and it allows you to record. It's likened to be in a recording state. Record button on all the time. Now, what is it that you're recording? You're recording whatever's being repeated or emotionalized going on in your environment. So when you're in utero, this incorporates your mother's environment. What is she feeling? What is she experiencing? What's going on in her biochemistry? What's going on in her hormones? Is she peaceful? Is she calm? Is she feeling joy and love? Is she stressed and feeling anxiety? Is she depressed? What's going on? Because those are also the biochemicals and hormones that you're bathing in, and your theta brainwave can be recording. Now, this continues on very strongly until 7 years old, and then at 7, you start moving more and more into what's called an alpha brainwave, still recording, and then at 10, you shift into accessing a beta brainwave, and your recording button stops. Well, at that time, at 10 years old, your self-identity has downloaded, has been encoded, if you will, and has become your subconscious operating system, how to be you. Now, this is automated, and in your life, it actually controls 95% of everything you think, feel, say, and do. So if you look at the screen, imagine everything in that dark blue internal section is your subconscious mind. And out of everything that you're thinking, feeling, saying, and doing, 95% of it is coming from your subconscious self-identity operating system. Do you know you have 70,000 independent thoughts every day? Yes, you do. Now, the funny thing is, 66,500 of those, they're the same patterned thoughts that you thought yesterday, the day before, all the way back to 10 years old. Yes, you are living in an automated system of self. Now, 5% of your day, you swing into consciousness. Consciousness engages you in a now moment. You're present. You're able to think. You're able to be creative. You're able to have ideas and inspirations and visions. Now, imagine you're out for a walk. You're walking down the street and you're thinking, you're inspired, you're deep in your creative thought. Well, who is walking you down the street? Who's walking you and keeping you safe? Your subconscious mind is. It's making sure that you don't trip on a lip in the sidewalk. It's making sure that you don't step in front of the car. It is still running the show. So even during the times when you're in your creative, conscious 5%, your subconscious is still running the show. Well, this can feel really limiting, right? Wrong. You are designed to upgrade self. Just because you moved out of a theta brainwave at the age of 10 doesn't mean you can't hit your record button. So we're going to talk about that. I hope that you get excited and get inspired by ideas that you want. This is good, but here's what happens. When you have an idea, let's say you want to be in a relationship. Let's say that you're ready to fall in love, and you just haven't had that experience before. You haven't really seen relationships that are loving and kind and trusting, but you really, really want one. So you have your idea and you embark upon finding that person. The great thing is your 95%, your subconscious self-identity operating system, it'll let you select a vision. It'll allow you to be inspired. It'll allow you to get into action. If you look at the arrows and you see the upper blue and red kind of buffer zone, that indicates the section where your subconscious will actually let you get outside of self. It'll let you get outside of what you've experienced before and what's been encoded and play around a little bit. But the key thing is anything that is not self is a threat to self. So your subconscious, in trying to take very, very good care of you, is trying to keep you self all the time. And it's doing a very good job of it. It's part of your encoding. And it'll let you get outside of self just a little bit. But here's the thing, when it starts to really happen, let's say you meet the person, you fall in love, you're in a relationship, maybe you move in together. Oh my gosh, it feels like it's happening. And then your subconscious says, wait a minute, whoop, 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 seriously outside of self. Not self, outside of self, alert, alert, alert. And then something happens. That's right, things start to fall apart, they come undone, and they unravel. And here's the thing, you end up back at self, and the relationship ends, or whatever it is that you were about to realize or that you had been living falters, falls away, disintegrates, and you have no change. And it feels like either you're back at the starting point or you're a little wounded and you need to recover and repair. Well, here's the thing. Remember that theta brainwave? That's where self became. We've got to find a way to get you back into that recording state so you can have your idea, you can have your inspiration, you can have your vision, and you can get into action with it. But here's the thing, the moment you go outside of self, that's that moment where your subconscious is going to go into alert. We don't want that to happen. We want to bring your idea into self by hitting the record button and integrating, downloading your vision, your want, your desire, whether it's something you want to heal or something you want to achieve. We've got to find a way to hit that record button and bring it into self so it is self. That's really important. Now, in the last 20 years of practice and throughout my entire practice, it's been my joy and pleasure to learn how to do this. Within 5 to 20 minutes, through a process that I have created called cooperative integration, we are able to download, hit the record button, and integrate what it is